Hi there, I'm Shane Spears and welcome to another edition of Summit Scale, beaming out to you from the beautiful city of Bath in the UK. My guest today is Michael McGreevy from Buffalo, New York. Michael, a very warm welcome. Great to have you on the show.
Shane, thank you so much for having me. I'm just a stone's throw away right across the pond there. It's great to be on with you today.
Brilliant. For those of you that don't know him, Michael is a professionally trained coach who helps successful leaders find assurance of their purpose and a deeper sense of confidence. He has helped hundreds of people break through their self-limiting beliefs and find massive success in business and relationships. And through his personal struggles with fear and insecurity, he has found the secret sauce that makes people come alive and become who they were made to be. And since witnessing the tragic death of a friend, Michael has been on a quest to help as many leaders as possible discover who they were truly made to be and take hold of their lives with confidence. He spent countless hours studying the craft of coaching under industry experts Dan Miller and Christopher McCluskey. And Michael is also known for his role as co-host for the Entrepreneurial Family Man podcast. The link will be below. Brilliant. Michael, the title of our interview today is Freeing Yourself from the Grip and Fear of Anxiety to Become the Person You Were Made to Be. And we have 5 minutes for the interview. If you're ready, I'll set the clock.
I'm ready to rock.
So, how were you controlled by fear?
My goodness, Shane. My entire life for about 15 years was controlled by fear and anxiety. I mean, I had issues even going out in public at times because I would fear of having a panic attack. There were times in school that I remember where I would pretend to have to go to, they call it a water closet, right?
Yeah.
just to avoid some of the pressure and just some of the fear that I had in answering a simple question in the classroom. So this controlled my life for a very long period of time.
And how did you go about freeing yourself from it?
I didn't. I crashed and burned. I couldn't go on anymore. I couldn't hang on. I couldn't manage my fear or pretend it wasn't there anymore. And I had a breakdown. But the breakdown was a breakthrough.
Right.
Because what happened was when I gave up fighting, what I realized was that it wasn't as big as I thought it was. The fear dissipated and it turned out to be a paper tiger. And it didn't kill me like I thought it would.
Right. And how did so what was that journey? Tell us about that journey you went through.
So what happened that really broke me was a friend of mine was killed on a construction site right in front of me. I attempted to revive him, give him CPR, and he died in my arms. And I just physically could not hold it together anymore. And I actually had to tell his parents that night what had happened to him in the hospital, as they were a disaster on the floor, as you can imagine. Mm-hmm. And then just a few short months later, I was on vacation, and that memory of being in the hospital caused me to jump into the ocean where two family friends were way out in the ocean drowning and asking for help. Now, I realized that I'd have to face their parents again and have that same conversation if I didn't go out there and help them. And for me, it was an avoidance of a tough conversation. It wasn't an act of courage whatsoever. It was the easier of the two options. And so I expected to drown out there. And actually, I felt pretty good about it because I wouldn't have to deal with my fear and anxiety anymore. And that's what broke me. Right. But what happened was clearly I survived. And for the first time in my life, I realized, hey, maybe I have something to offer. Maybe I have strength to give. And maybe this fear thing doesn't have to control me anymore in life.
Yeah. And so what was your journey from there once you'd had that kind of realization?
I wish I had this perfect scripted path for you to Shane today, but for me, it was trying a lot of things. Right. And if I was controlled by fear, I couldn't try things. I've tried different businesses. I've tried different careers. And finally, what I landed on was what my heart's desire is to help men come alive, help them go after the life that they were made to live, and not be afraid, not hide behind their insecurities or their fears, but just to go for it.
Yeah.
And that's about 10 years of experimenting. I landed on that career, and I've been doing that ever since, and I absolutely love it.
And a noble cause too. Yeah. Brilliant.
Thank you, sir.
And what would you tell someone who feels stuck or afraid to pursue a better life?
You can't stay still. You have to take a step into the thing that scares you the most. You know, oftentimes our greatest struggles in life are the things that we have to offer the world. And so sometimes we look at our fears and our insecurities and we try to put them away and hide them and say, okay, I just won't deal with that. I can find some other path. But that is the path. Go toward that insecurity, toward that fear. You don't have to have it all figured out at once. Just one little step toward it. And then once you survive that one, you can take another little step toward it. And before you know it, you'll look back and you'll be amazed at what you accomplish.
Brilliant. And how do you work with your clients now, Michael?
A number of ways. My favorite way is one-on-one coaching, where we'll engage in a coaching relationship and walk together to really draw out what is in that person's heart and what they want to accomplish, and make sure they are charging ahead and facing those fears and not shying away from those insecurities either. And so I am thrilled to be able to do that one-on-one on a consistent basis.
Brilliant stuff. Well, sadly, we come to the end of our time. Folks, for more resources, check out Michael's website. The link will be below the website, as will the podcast link. Michael, really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
It's been such a pleasure. Thank you for having me on.
Thanks for checking out our Summit Scale podcast. If you like what we're doing here, please head over to iTunes and subscribe, rate us and leave a review. It's very much appreciated. And if you want to learn more about the work we do or are looking for a load of free resources to help with scaling your business, check out our website, www.summitleader.com.